What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 8:22 a.m. Thursday morning, September the 12th, 2024, year of our Lord. And as you can see, I'm dressed up, ready to go work today. But when I walked outside to go to work and load up the trailer, it was pouring down rain, and I did not realize that until I got ready to go to work. Man, me and Mama Tank, we went on our walk this morning. It was not raining at all, and it was actually a starry sky. Now, not so much. And I didn't look at the weather yesterday. I did not. And I need my tail kicked for it. I should have looked at it before I scheduled all this stuff. I had to reach out to customers today. No mowing customers. It's all bushes today. And this is that week that I only mow 3 days a week. And but I did have one very large bush job on the list for today, and one for tomorrow. And I'm talking about very large. Doing them by myself, they take me between 5 and 6 hours. And but it is what it is, man. You know, it's rain. It's that time of year where you deal with hurricanes and stuff like that. And we always, in the Augusta, Georgia area, we always get the remnants or whatever. We always get affected by hurricanes, whether it be the front part of the storm or the back part of the storm. We always get affected, no matter which coast it is, Gulf Coast or Atlantic Coast. And do you guys deal with that, man? Wherever you are? If you live in Georgia, where do you live? And do you get affected by hurricanes? I'm just curious, man. I've never lived anywhere outside of this area, and I'm just curious what everybody else has to deal with during hurricane season. We don't get affected by the actual storm itself, like the big landfall storm. You know, we don't have the damage and all that good stuff like they do on the coast, but we do get the rain and the thunderstorms, and occasionally we'll get a tornado or something like that, but not often. But anyway, guys, I'm not complaining. I've got other stuff I've got to do. I gotta change out the blade on my, or not the blade, the spindle on my 61. And then once I do that, I've got to change blades. That way I can be ready for Monday. And then do just typical maintenance stuff, you know. Go ahead and fill everything up. Check the oil, check the hydros, the fins, air filters, clean those out, everything, you know. Just make sure everything's on the up and up. Check the oil in the truck, all that good stuff. And just be ready for success come Monday morning. And but anyway, guys, it's that time of year, man. It's the second week of September, the end of the second week in September, and fixing to go into the third week here in a few days. And people are starting to fall off, man. Had three cancel on me, or not cancel on me, three. I did the final cut on 3 of them this week, and one of them, I think they're making a huge mistake, because when I got done cutting his grass yesterday, it was just a bunch of grass clippings. You know, I mean, the typical amount of grass clippings. His grass is still growing, and he's a weekly customer, and his grass is still growing very rapidly. And when I tried to tell him on the phone, he said, "Hey, I think this is going to be the last one for the year. It looks like things are starting to slow down and leaves are starting to fall." And I told him, I said, I don't think your grass is ready to stop yet. I said, I can't force you. It's your property. Whatever you want is fine with me. I said, but I will discontinue service. I said, if you need me to come out and give it another cut, just let me know. I said, but if it's overgrown, I will have to charge you extra. I said, I just want to put that out there. I said, but I don't think that I think you're making a mistake by ending service this early. And he said, well, we'll see. We'll see. How about that? And he said, but for right now, we're just gonna plan on this being the last one. He said, reach out to me Tuesday night, and I'll let you know if it needs to be cut or not. I said, okay. So that's what I'm doing. And but the other two, they are done. And there are actually some spots in the yard that are actually starting to turn colors. And it's just that time of year, man. It's, you know, leaves are starting to fall. Actually, the river birch trees here in our area are just about done falling, and a lot of the maple trees are probably a quarter of their leaves have already fell. And so yeah, I'm mulching up leaves every day. So it's getting close to the end of the year, man, and it's bittersweet, but at the same time, it's coming sooner or later, man. And I hope all of you are prepared for it. But this is something I thought about Sunday whenever I was putting my list together for the week. And I honestly think next year I'm going to completely uproot my business model and make some huge changes. And the reason I'm saying that is there's ways I can do this and be more effective. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm going to do is, moving forward, starting in 2025, I'm going to finish 2024 out because I've already got customers that are getting year-round service and all that good stuff. And, you know, we're right here at the end of the year. Might as well make as much as I can while I can. So what I'm going to do next year, first and foremost, any new customer I take on is going to be a year-round payer. I'm going to divide their payments up, and they're going to pay once a month for 12 months. And I'm done with the, the ones that I have retained over the years. I'm going to keep them on, the paper service customers, but eventually they will phase themselves out, whether they decide they want to do it themselves, move away, somebody passes away. There's so many things that can happen that you lose customers. And as those customers fall off, I'm going to replace those customers with monthly paying customers. And I know a lot of you disagree with that, but you got your own business to run. I've got mine, and I want to do things the way I want to do them. I want to have money coming in year round. And that way, and there's several reasons, it's not so much that it helps me be able to pay my bills, because I'm good at managing my money. My wife is good at managing our money. We're not the type of people that money burns holes in our pockets. That's not us. We're not the people that go out there and make $5,000-$6,000 a week and go out there and spend $4,000 or $5,000 of it. That's not us. We put money back, for one, and for two, we understand that this business, you slow down in the cooler months, and we understand that you need to put money back for those cooler months. There's typically 3 months in this area that things are extremely slow, and we put money back for it. So it's not about that. Now, yes, it is nice having money come in every day like that, but that is really, honestly, the least of my worries. But I want to have money coming in year round, every month, the same amount. That way, when it does come time to finance a new house, a new shop, a new truck, new equipment, things of that nature, it's a lot easier to get financed. And, lenders are more... Lenders tend to loan you money a lot more when you can prove that you have year-round income versus 8 or 9 months of income. So I want to have money coming in year-round. For that, that's the main reason. And but also there's another reason why I want to go to monthly payments, and that way it protects me as the business owner. What it does is, this situation the other day, you've got a customer that we're not even halfway through September yet, and they're already wanting to end service for the year. It don't get dark till about 8 o'clock here right now, okay, for one. And for two, we still have 90-degree days. And yes, it is a lot cooler in the mornings, but Bermuda grass does not go completely dormant until the first frost. we are light years away from the first frost. There'll be a few days here and there where we're still in the hundreds here in Augusta, Georgia, man. So it's too early for that, and I need to protect myself from that. So that's one reason. And another reason is you've got people. I had this happen this week. As a matter of fact, I actually dropped this customer because this is the third time they've done it to me. Reached out to them the night before, let them know that we were coming, and this customer lives on the other side of Grovetown. I live in Augusta, or I live in Evans. If you're familiar with the area, driving through Grovetown traffic is an absolute nightmare. It is a nightmare because you've got Fort Gordon, you've got all kinds of grocery stores, all kinds of new subdivisions, Grovetown is coming up. Grovetown is growing, rapidly growing. So there's a lot of traffic in Grovetown. And driving through Grovetown is an absolute nightmare. And I literally got a little over halfway to this lady's house before she emailed me and said, hey, I'm going to skip this week. 2 reasons. The grass really hasn't grown, and I also am a little tight on funds right now. And I did not see the email until I got to her house. And once I got to her house, I read the email I'm glad I did before I got out and started mowing. And she was right about it not growing. I mean, it has fallen off, but it could use a cut. But this is the third time that she's told me that her funds are a little tight. So I can't deal with that, man. You can't run a business like that. And if you do that, that's you. That's your decision in your business. You're the decision maker. But in my business, you get 3 chances, man. If you cancel service 3 times, I'll let you go, man. I can't do that. I have my routes built, and I have to make a certain amount every day to be profitable. So I just emailed her back, and I told her, I said, listen, nothing personal. I said, I'll be glad to give you a few phone numbers of people that would probably be willing and glad to service your property. I said, but I've got to be able to make a certain amount every day, so I'm going to discontinue service from now on, and let me know if you want these phone numbers. And that was that. It protects you from stuff like that when you have monthly payers. And I'm also going to card on file. Okay? When it's your day, the way I have it is I have payments coming in every single day. And I think that's the way it should be in business. You need to have cash flow every day. And now that money may not hit my bank account every day, like the Saturday and Sundays. That money's not hitting your bank account on Saturdays and Sundays. But Monday through Friday, there's money going in and out of your bank account. And that's the way it should be. So what I'm going to do is, moving forward, I'm telling everybody, you're going to get, and my minimum for monthly payments is, starting in 2025, it's going to be $200 a month, starting. And I'll explain why here in a minute. But I am going to let everybody know that there's a minimum of a $200 a month over 12 months. We show up a minimum of 23 times per year. And this is going to be your quote. If you need anything extra, let me know. We will add it to your monthly bill. But this is going to be what your payment is every month, unless you have something added to it. And another thing is, I'm putting everybody's card on file. That way, when it's their day to pay, I go in, get the funds, and go out. The customer doesn't have to do anything. It's super convenient for them. And now you're going to have the occasional time where somebody will say, hey, can you wait till such and such date? Or do you think you can wait till Friday? That's when my check hits the bank. We had an emergency, and the funds are going to be extremely tight if you do your thing, but that's going to happen. But I'm literally sick and tired of half of my customers paying me a week after service or a week after the day they're supposed to pay. So moving forward, everybody, whether you're a recurring a customer that I have retained or not, you are moving to card on file. I'm not dealing with this anymore. But I've got to protect myself. But next is I'm no longer going to be bagging yards unless you have somewhere for me to dump it. If you have a spot on site to dump, I don't mind. And this is the reason being because I have 2 customers. They're extremely good customers. They pay on time. They actually pay me tips. They pay me 15% tips every single month. And they're extremely good. They don't complain about anything. They have actually sent customers to me. Both of these customers have. And I cannot complain. I have nothing. All I can do is sing their praises. They are great customers. But both of these customers, they get bagged and they have a spot on site for me to dump. And their yards are small enough to where it doesn't take me, I don't have to stop in the middle of mowing to dump the grass gobbler or dump the bag or whatever it may be. And but I'm getting away from bagging unless you have a spot on site. And this area, now you go out towards Appleton or Harlem or somewhere like that, yeah, they have spots on site. But this area, Martinez, Evans, Grovetown, these people don't have spots on site. So that's basically gonna get me out of bagging because I'm tired of having to make a trip to the dump every week, and it's costing me time and it's costing me money. And even if you have somewhere you can dump for free, like a family member, you still gotta spend your time to do it, and you still gotta spend your gas money to go out there and do it. So it's costing you extra time and money, whether you realize it or not. So no more dumping or no more bagging unless you have a spot on site. But another thing is I'm getting away from push mowing. I have some people that I have retained over the years. I bought that Turfmaster strictly for the purpose of that golf course community, and well over half of the people that I had in that golf course community fired me. They're very needy people. Not all of them. Some of them are great people. And the ones I have right now, they're great customers. And I hate to do it, but I'm dropping them this year. This coming up year. I'm not driving 40 minutes away for 5 or 6 customers. That's not happening. And I still push mow their properties. But next year, I'm not push mowing anything. I'm staying on this side of the Savannah River, and I'm not push mowing anything unless you're a customer that I have retained over the years. But that's the way it's going to be, guys. But yes, moving forward, my minimum will be $200 a month minimum over a 12-month period. And the reason being is because my minimum right now is $65 on a bi-weekly property. And I have a good close rating. I'm somewhere between 45 and 55%. I don't want to be over 55%, and I don't want to be under 40%. If I fall below 45, as long as I stay above 40, I'm fine. But I don't want to get below 40% close rate, and I don't want to get over 55% close rate, because if you get over that, that means your prices are too low. But I'm going up. Right now, my minimum is $65 for a bi-weekly mow. Or no, I'm sorry, $65 for a weekly mow and $70 for a bi-weekly mow. And if you have a corner lot, it's $75. Well, my minimum moving forward is going to be $75. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to target properties that have bushes, have trees. Trees means leaves. And I heard somebody say this before. It's money falling from the trees in the fall. So that's more work for me to do in the off season. more money for me to make. Targeting customers with trees, bushes, and I'm also going to be targeting customers that need mulch and pine straw every year and bed maintenance. So my new minimum is going to be $200 a month moving forward, and it will go from there. And my man-hour rate is probably going to stay the same. I said it was going to go up, but it's probably going to stay the same. I'm still making an extremely good profit off of all of my properties. My worst customer dropped me, which was fine, because the plan in 2025 was to drop them anyway. So, but moving forward, as of right now, I'm generating enough revenue where I am saving money, paying all my bills, and running my business effectively. So I have enough customers to do what I need to do right now, and I'm making enough money to do what I need to do right now. So yes, I am still in growth mode, and yes, there are customers they're really good customers, but I would really like to replace them with better customers. And I think that's the way it needs to be in business. Not personally, nothing against those customers, because I have zero complaints about those customers. But if I'm going to pick up any new properties, they're going to be better than what I have. That way I can ensure that I am growing every year. And before I hire another employee, I want to have a maximum of 10 hours a day. Before I hire another employee, I want to be working 8 hours a day. No matter what. Every single day, I want to be working 8 hours a day. For me, 8 hours is between 10 and 12 lawns. And 10 and 12 quarter-acre lots for me in an 8-hour day. I want to get to that point, and I want to do that 5 days a week before I hire another employee. Once I get to a point where I'm at 11 lawns 5 days a week, I will hire an employee, and I will go back down to 4 days a week and leave Fridays open. But I want to make the most amount of profit in my business before I hire anybody else. And that is a lesson that I learned this year. There's nothing wrong with me hiring a helper. You know, I still made good money, still made plenty of profit, and I still have enough money to last me through the winter. But I am probably going to find something to do during the winter. I've got several landscapers that told me I could work with them. And I'm probably going to work with them just to ensure that I have enough money throughout the winter. But this will be the last time I do that. And I probably won't work with them every day, and I'll probably be straightforward with them. I'm only going to work with you 1 or 2 days a week. That's all I'm doing, just to supplement my income. That's it. And 2 of them have told me they're good with that. But there is things that they're going to need help with, like sod installs and bush installation, tree jobs, things like that. So if they're fine with it, I'm fine with it. And it'll be extra money just to ensure that I'm not blowing through all of my business money. But yes, I'm going to make some major changes this coming up year, and it's going to be $200 a month minimum. We're going to be a complete property maintenance company, not just a lawn maintenance company. And probably 2 years from now, I'm going to change the name of the country from Tanks Lawn Maintenance to Tanks Property Maintenance. And basically going to be a situation where if it grows, we'll maintain it. But I say all that, guys, I know this is a long video, and I'm sorry, but I just want to put my business model out there coming up in 2025 and my plans. And but I looked at my numbers 2 weeks ago, and I realized that the customers that I am doing complete property maintenance, trees, beds, lawn, bushes, all of it, mulch, pine straw, you name it. Those are the customers that I have the biggest profit margins on. Now, I'm still making good profit on my lawn care customers. I'm still making good profit on the customers the one-off the one-off jobs that I do, those are very good. You know, you can't just completely stop doing that. You can't completely stop doing that. You know, you've got to take these one-off jobs, because you'd be stupid to do that, man, because that is good money. It is good money. As long as the customer is willing to pay what you're charging and you're not negotiating with people, you need to take those one-off jobs, man, because that money comes in handy. Believe it or not, it comes in handy. And $1,000 may not seem like a whole lot of money in the grand scheme of it all, but that $1,000 helps you a lot more than what you realize. And it took me about a year to realize that. It took me about a year to realize that I don't need to turn down one-off jobs. Because my first year in business, I turned down all but about 3 of them. And I wish I hadn't have, man, because I probably could have. My first year as a part-time landscaper, I probably could have cleared 6 figures if I'd have taken in all the one-off jobs that I did, man. I probably, that's not even exaggerating. But yeah, we're going to be property managers moving forward. We're going to accept monthly payments year-round. You're going to be card on file. We're not bagging. We're not push mowing. And another thing about push mowing is not only is it time and money that you have to spend, but to be effective at it and to be efficient at it, there's a lot more money you have to spend. You need to have a dump truck or a dump bed. That way, because everybody doesn't have places to dump grass clippings. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Those walker mowers, those grass gobblers, those bagging systems, and even the Turf Master, even a residential push mower, man, they suck up a lot of grass clippings. A lot. There's a lot more debris on the yard than what most people realize. And it doesn't take much to fill up a truck bed. It really doesn't. So you really need to have a dump bed insert or something like that you can dump grass clippings in. And man, that gets expensive. It gets expensive. And when I say a dump bed insert, I'm talking about one for a long bed. I ain't talking about just a regular short bed truck. I'm talking about a long bed. And dude, that's another cost. That's one more thing you've got to maintain. That's one more thing that you've got to buy. All of that stuff. So, and not to mention the fact that those mowers are absolutely outrageous what they're asking for them. And I mean, a walker mower, you're talking about anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000. And if you buy the Toro brand, it's more. So, yeah. And for a bagging system, for a Skag or a Wright or a Toro stander, you know, you're looking at about $3,000, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for something like that. So, yeah. And also, if you're going to push mow and bag, to buy a commercial push mower, you're looking between $2,000 and $4,000 for something like that. Man, it's not worth the money. It's not worth the money. And don't get me wrong, these are good mowers. They leave a phenomenal cut. They leave grass looking absolutely amazing. It looks like you went over it with a vacuum cleaner. It really does. But it's not worth the money, man. It is not worth the money. You have to be making a lot of money to be able to make that thing pay for itself. So, getting away from bagging, man. Getting away from all that. And I will buy a dump bed insert, but it's not going to be for that. It's not going to be for bagging. But I'm probably going to buy a dump bed too for tree jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to be property managers. We're not bagging. We're not doing paper service. You're going to be card on file. You're going to pay year round, monthly payments, all that good stuff. And if the customer just doesn't want to do that, this area is overly saturated with landscapers. I'm sure there's somebody that will take them on. So that's the way I'm going to do things moving forward in 2025. What are you guys' plans for the next year, man? Are y'all doing things different? Or are you going to stick to the same thing that you're doing now? Are you happy with your profit margins? Are you happy with your efficiency? Are you happy with your business model? But anyway, guys, that's all I got. I got to get off here and change out this spindle on this 61. And man, y'all do me a favor and say a prayer. Pray this rain slacks up and we'll be able to get these bushes done tomorrow, man. But look here, man, it's the end of the week. All you guys that work every day throughout the week, you're approaching the end, man. And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I hope y'all finish strong this week. And all you weekend warriors out there, man, I hope y'all get out there and kill it. It is almost your time to shine. I hope you grow, grow, grow. And I hope your numbers tell you to go full time in 2025. But look here, man. I'm going to hop off here and I'll cut y'all back on soon. Till then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.